If you live in the Buffalo area and are pissed off about ICE, here's what you can do about it. First off, you should understand Buffalo's current situation. ICE has two main buildings in our area. One is their administrative office, which is at 250 Delaware, the corner of Delaware and North Street. That's an administrative office only. There are no detainees there. The other main facility is the Batavia Holding Center. That has been there in Batavia, New York for decades now. That's where detainees are actually kept, although overflow detainees can be held anywhere. Buffalo has a new mayor as of January 1st. That's Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan's position right now is that he would like for the Buffalo Police Department to shadow ICE agents wherever they go as like a mechanism for like increased accountability. I believe that's what the Buffalo PD are already doing, but Ryan's going to continue on with that. I'm also not clear how much power the mayor has over dictating what the police do in that situation. The police department might be able to say no. I'm also not convinced that the Buffalo Police Department would like try to put any guardrails on ICE. I feel like they're like more likely to try to cover for them. Everybody in Buffalo has got like one good story about the time that they witnessed insane unprofessionalism from the Buffalo police. Go ahead and leave yours in the comments. Mine is just the observation that back when I was a college student, the Buffalo Police Department used to be all the bouncers at the bars downtown. They would sit out front of the bars with like their hoodies on that said Buffalo PD. And if the bouncer out front of a bar was an off-duty cop, then you knew you could buy drugs like openly, like inside the bar. It was a protection racket. Probably the biggest ICE raid in Buffalo this past year was up at the Asian Market.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents arrived at Asia Food Market to execute a search warrant. According to the supermarket's lawyers, a few employees were arrested.
Now, there are two community organizations that are just getting off the ground right now that are going to try to be civilian observers of ICE activity in Buffalo. You have the Buffalo Rapid Response Network, aka BURN, and the other group is called the Bird Watchers. I couldn't tell you too much right now about how these organizations operate. Like, I have questions, right? For example, ICE is not like notifying people when they're going out and where they're going to be. So how does this work? Are we just waiting for like someone to see a vehicle with an ICE logo on the side of it, and then they're like sending up a message in the WhatsApp group, and everybody who isn't at work right now rushes out to go watch? I'm not really sure how this like actually works in real life. But if you are interested in getting informed, learning more, or even joining, Bird Watchers have got a Zoom meeting coming up on the 21st of January at 7 p.m. That's open to the public. And I don't know if Burn has any meetings coming up, but I do know if you go over to their website, they have like a form that you can fill out to like become a volunteer. And of course, I highly encourage people to attend all of the protests at the ICE Administrative Building at 250 Delaware. Take video, post it, let everybody know you were there. Normalize for like your friend group the idea of going to protests. Okay, so now you understand the context, you know where the two buildings are, you know the new mayor's stance, you know about the Bird Watchers, you know about Burn. Going forward, how are you going to keep yourself informed? How are you going to keep yourself in the loop? Read the Investigative Post. By far and away, the Investigative Post is the best news agency in Buffalo right now when it comes to covering ICE activity. The Investigative Post is a nonprofit based in Buffalo that hires journalists to do like deep dive stories about things going on in Buffalo. They do not do like day-to-day kind of stuff, just these like deep dive reports. And by an absolute country mile, they have had the best, most professional, most robust coverage of ICE in the Queen City of any news agency. Most of the news agencies in Buffalo are like scared to even talk about ICE. IP is like right down in their fucking business all the time. I'm going to put a link on the screen right now. If you go to that link, it'll go to all of the Investigative Post stories that they tagged with ICE. Just make sure that you're checking in like once or twice a month to the Investigative Post's website and see if they got any new reports on ICE activity in Buffalo. And then the last thing you need to do is tell people, right? Tell people. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your family. Everything that I just told you, tell them. So fuck ICE and let's go Buffalo.